Mavis! Mavis! Ah, it's a blew you like the burn out bloody bill. He can't bloody do any DIY. Bloody useless.
Oh, leave him alone.
Look in between my eyes, Mavis. What do you see?
Ooh, a big nose.
The big bloody nose.
Monobrow.
A brain, Mavis, a brain.
Oh, you know I can't see small things.
You'll be the bloody death of me, you will.
Now I'm in here, I can't feel any play with anything, but when the wheel's on, there's loads of play. Just clean the hob up, a bit of copper grease, just to get it on and off again. So it's this. So you got the 1 and the 2 there, probably left and right. This is the real dodgy one. It won't go round. Look, it just goes left and right. This is a very primitive way of doing your tracking. On that line there, you can see there, look, it is 3. At the end it's 3.5, look, to the end of that line, and that one is 4 to the end of that line. So this is a little, this is towing, it's towing out a little bit. It needs to come back that way just a bit, because I can feel it on the road. It's pulling me to one side. So I've undone my tracking arm inside. It's just a matter now of adjusting, trying to adjust it so it tows out just a little bit. Can I reach it? This is not the way to align your tracking on a vehicle, because you don't do it off the tyres. This is the first time I've done it. It's an experiment, really. I realised later when I took it for a little spin, it was completely way out, so I had to redo it all again. And you have to take it off the rim itself, off the rim of the wheel, not off the tyre. The tyre pressures are all different, so you're not going to get the same measurement. So it was totally out of sync when I took it for a drive, so I had to redo the whole process again. So don't take this as I finished it off. This is just me experimenting and trying things out. I've never done it before. First time I tried it, I thought it'd be interesting to try. After doing my wheel alignment, it was way off. I did a bit of research, and I did it with the got the height wrong, I got everything wrong. So I just researched it, and I got the string height right now. I've got the distance from the wheel right now on both front and back. Then you measure from the rim there. I measure from the tyre. It's all totally wrong. It's also really important. I keep making sure that the steering wheel's in the middle. I didn't do that last time. I also wasn't very accurate, so I'm using these now to get much more accuracy. Now I'll put as flat as I can onto there, without touching the string. And same there. I mean, this is you can get this really close to steering, but it's not as accurate as taking it to a garage and getting the lasers on it. But it's good enough for me, good enough for a van, you know. That's towing out very, very slightly. So a little bit more on that one. Basically what I'm trying to do is, after changing components, I'm trying to straighten all the 4 wheels together so they're all going in a straight line. The back wheels are fixed, but the front ones are adjustable. But you have to check it, you see, to get the front wheels straight. This is what I'm doing here by adjusting this rod. You can adjust the front wheels in and out, you see. I hope I explained that correctly. I mean, this is really a very primitive way of doing it, but you can get it really, really close. and I was happy with the results. But the big test would be on the main road, on a straight road. Then you could test it properly then. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm very happy with it. It's bang in the middle. The tyre wear is fantastic. It's not wearing on either side, so I'm very happy with the whole job. It's in a hat. Nice. Thank you guys for the hat. Recently, I went out with my daughter. Little story. Went out with my daughter and I didn't take my keys, and I left my keys in the boat, and that means I couldn't get in. So I got a screwdriver and I pried the side doors open, smashed them off their hinges, well, it's dead easy actually. It's almost like butter, so easy to get in. But I smashed all the door, and all the wood were cracked, and all the central panel cracked. So I've spent the past few days repairing it, and I just want to show you what I got up to. Really, my own fault. I've realised at the time it's so easy to get in this boat as well, so I upgraded the locks, and this is what happened. My stupidity. It's too hot. Put some milk in it, Will. Well, this is a busy old place here. This is. Got these flying around everywhere. These things. It's really amazing, these side trucks. Just been in here and asked him. He said this is ash for my side door. I said, you got any offcuts? He says, yeah, go in the shop. I went down, walked down, waited about 10 minutes. No, I haven't got any, mate. He said, you can do some cheaper stuff. I have to wait to get it cut and planed. This is old ash, apparently. The only reason I was changing this, because this bit's rotten. I've got to clean all that up. This bit was rotten. So if I can find a bit of hardwood, cut that, make another one, glue it, screw it. So I'm sure it'll be fine. This bit here is sort of a weird MDF thing. I can do that. I don't care about the thickness. I'm going to put some insulation on anyway. Right. Okay. That's the story so far. I hope you're interested. If you are, just give me a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything, does it? Even subscribe, you know. Just press the subscribe. When I see a channel, I don't necessarily want to watch them. But if it's a very, very small channel, if you've got 200 subscribers, just subscribe to them. Just to help them out, you know. And if you do it for me, I'd really appreciate it. I'm just busy taking this door apart now. I've got this bit off here, which is, and that's not, what is that? I've got some plywood, and this is like, oh, it's just, I need to get some thicker plywood. Let's layer that, 2 or 3 layers, and glue it. It's not. Let's peel that off, shall we? There's some sort of screws in there that are all rotten. Oh yeah, a little bit. I better use 2 hands, hadn't I? On a lot of narrowboats, these side doors are inherently the weak parts. I was looking at brand new boats, and I was saying to the builders, I said, look at the piddly little side locks. Aren't you interested in security? Oh, most of these boats are in marinas anyway. And I thought to myself, I want to get some serious locks on this and go into the steel. Can't get the door off. Can't get the screws out. I can't, you know, the door's permanently fixed on there. These screws are rusted to high heaven, so I'm trying to get the screws out and get this bit of wood off. Sort of sanded all the glue down, scraped it all back. It's got to tidy up. I don't know whether, screw my bloody hands, didn't even feel it. That's going to be sore now, hands in the pockets for weeks and weeks and weeks. What are you doing? I know, stupid, isn't it? Yeah, you can see the mess, can't you? Look, this is just like MDF or something. Is it MDF? Looks like wood, doesn't it? But it's not wood, is it? What is it? Is it laminated MDF or something? It is, isn't it? I don't even know where you got that stuff. Where would you get it from? No idea. Next stage is just treat the rust. Stop it rusting in future. It's got a few liberal coats of the old crust on your rust is a must, which you get from Halfords. It's usually a tenner for a tub, and it goes a long way. And this little bit goes a long way, and it treats the rust, makes it go black, and waterproofish as well. So right, the door situation. Apparently this is ash. I can't get it. I'm not going to run around everywhere. I'm going to sand all this down, take all the locks off, sand it. I'm going to drill the outside, screw it all back together, glue it, make another one of these out of that. I'm going to double that up into 2 pieces. Underneath that I'm going to put some insulation, and then just make do, and some bigger hefty locks that go straight through the steel rather than just in the wood. You're happy now, aren't you? Now you're in B&Q. Oh, she's happy now, isn't she? Look at her, look, now she's in B&Q. Yeah, she loves it. Oh, dragging me down here, aren't you, babe? Keep dragging me down here, don't you? Hey. I got the list together, and Lottie got all the bits for me, so she's good at that. She's a good sidekick, little workhorse, you know. Ain't got to pay a lot either. She just, you know, just likes a bit of yogurt and some milk, and that's it. She's happy. Cheap labour. Blame me, you know. Anyway, cutting these to size. I'm going to glue 2 together, and perfectly cut it down that line, look, without making any mistakes. Almost beautiful. This is what's happened so far. I've sanded this frame, I've put it back on again, and what I've got to do now is sand it all down, varnish it. I've just got to sand this insert down. The insert here, look, doesn't quite fit in, so I'm going to take like a millimetre off it and put some insulation behind it and varnish that. I've been sanding this down now, I'm hoping, and there we are, it fits in. Yeah, a bit like that, and then put the wood on top. Bob's Tunkel into it, or is it the other way? Put it the other way around. And put the wood back on top. You can see there's a nice layer of insulation. It also stops it rattling and banging around. Okay, so I varnished these. I mean, that just filled out at the end there, look, varnished over it. Sealed that in, still drying. Sealed that in. Now I sealed the edges with some varnish. I'm going to paint over that. I've drilled now straight into the steel now. Surely that's got to be better, hasn't it? Surely. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lock right down to the bottom, and that'll fit on the door like, so, you know. All I've got to do is cut a bit of a recess out here, and I've got the perfect tool to do it. Look at this. I love this thing. I love it. Just clips in there, look. Are you ready to go? Let's give it a shot, shall we? Oh, that would have been a nightmare without using this. What a cracking bit of kit. Thanks ever so much, James. Really appreciate it. Should do it. Brilliant. There we go. That should fit in there nicely now. I've sort of reamed it out and recessed it there, look, with brass screws. Start to glue the whole door together now. A bead of glue around there, glue in there. Okie doke, let's get it in. And it's windy. Oh. Like I managed to get 2 layers of insulation in there, look, which is nice. It's good. Stop it rattling around. Once that glue's dry, resand it, and put the end bit on, a bit of glue on it. I'm sure this waterproof glue will be alright on the door, because the last glue I put on there wasn't very good either, so with the heat and contraction, let's get the end bit on. What I'm doing now is I'm just putting some silicone behind each screw. And then try and paint it. There you go. Let that dry now. Sand it all down, revarnish it just to seal it, and then paint it white, I think. Next step is putting the locks on. It's hard to see in it in this light. Next step's putting the locks on and do some filling. Probably fill in the joints and stuff, maybe. Well, there we are. We're drilled and we're bolted into the steel from the outside. There's a lot of screw holes in this door now, isn't there? Crikey, look at that. Oh, lovely. At least it's secure now. And well, that is absolutely bloody solid. Crikey. Well, there we are. That's the first coat of paint going. I think it matches quite well. I mean, compared to what it was all smashed up. It was horrible. I've had to fill and make do down there. Look, whatever in it, whatever. In actual fact, what I've noticed is it actually reflects more light back in, to be honest. It's pretty dark just there, and it's I think it's going to be beneficial. Well, that first coat's nice and dry. A little bit of a sand. Oops, it's messy, but stops it going off. Another watery coat, very carefully. Well, I don't know about you, but I think that's a big improvement, isn't it? Surely. Big strong locks in there now that go into the steel, harder to get into. If you enjoyed this vlog, just give me a thumbs up and a like. You can also become a patron and all that posh stuff now. So thanks for watching. Take care.